Hello world. I would like us to address relationships today, especially as it relates to man-woman relationship. Is polygamy better than monogamy? Is monogamy better than polygamy? Yes, from the West African background we are coming from, a man having several wives is the as artificial important to people's status. Having several children as well really adds value to a man's dignity or worth and all those things. We value people that have maybe many children, especially if they are sons, preferably. But within this polygamy is quarrels, jealousy, backbiting, hatred, poisoning. Ironically, the men that condone this, they end up being the victims. They don't manage their homes well. They end up dying young. So I think it's relatively difficult for a man to satisfy one woman. Not to talk about a man, trying to satisfy 5, 6, 7, 8 women, 4, 5 in some cases. He shortens the man's lifespan. In as much as increasing the population and all those, but it shortens the man's lifespan. Agreed. There will have more women than men, population and all those things. And Africans use polygamy to kind of balance the societal effects and all those things. But out here in Europe and the Western world, America and all those things, they preach and they try to practice monogamy. That's why they have fewer population, but their system is more organized and all those things. So I don't see anything wrong in polygamy as long as a man can be able to provide for his children, provide for the family and all those things, relatively. But the major thing is planning ahead. Let polygamy not be a byproduct of accident. Let it be planned ahead. Let it be organized. Who are the people I encourage to go into polygamy? If you know you're rich, you're well to do, yeah, you can really take care of these people, men and women that God is going to bring your way. Go ahead. But if you know you're poor, you're still struggling, polygamy shouldn't be for you. I feel monogamy is economical, apart from spiritual aspect and religious aspect. Socially, monogamy, one man, one wife, maybe 1 or 2, 3 children, manage your life, the ones you can look after. Now for a man to have 7, 8, 10, cannot look after them, bringing children into this world to suffer. Again, there's something I see again. Polygamy is preferable for a man, maybe people that nymphomaniacs and all those things, these sex addicts, they feel one woman cannot satisfy them and all those things. But I think it's preferable for a man to marry and bring these women under the roof, than and call them wives and give them their dignity and their respect and all. Maybe not, they cannot get a woman or dignity or whatever, but let them just respect their dignity and their humanity and give them their respect. According to respect, because actually dignity is inalienable. It's something you're born with. It's human right. Nobody can dash it to you. You're born with it and all those things. Just respect women's dignity and humanity. Than for a man to marry one wife and keep 7, 8, 10 girlfriends outside. That is terrible. That is madness. So in that case, I respect polygamists. Told them into religious, maybe, yeah, respect them. Christianity says one man, one wife. But Islam and African tradition says marry as many as long as you can look after them and create equity and justice and all those things among them. But that word justice is if you can treat them fairness, where's fairness? I've never seen any man that treated more than one woman fairly. There must be disparity, there must be inequality. And I'm asking again, women that actually dive into this pool of polygamy, don't they have jealousy? As a free thinker, as a philosopher, I feel jealousy is a sign of true love. Whatever you love, you possess, you try to protect, you cherish. How do women feel sharing their husbands with more than 4 or 5 women, other women? What of disease and all those things? I don't know. No? Okay, I'll leave it to that side. We all blaming women now. What will happen to the world the day these feminists and equality, touting, educated, economically independent, liberated, modern women wake up and say, yes, we want to start marrying more than 4-5 men now. Will the world tolerate it? The world has been tolerating a man marrying 4-5 women, no problem. But the day woman says, okay, your husband number 1, husband number 2, husband number 3, husband number 4, what will happen? We've been cheating women, we'll be hurting women and all those things, but we need to really see this from womanly perspective and all those things. We need to consider the pains and agonies and the perils of womanhood. They are always on the receiving end. What is good for the men should be good for the women as well. Let consideration come in. You feel proud as a man, you get 3, 4, 5 women, just put them, let them call, they hate themselves and all those things in the name of polygamy. How will you feel if a woman do that kind of thing? You can get 4, 5 men, keep people as husbands. Think about it. Do unto others as like them to do unto yourself. Then again, I go to, let me say, I've talked about polygamy. Let's go to monogamy a bit. Monogamy, that's a man and a woman, single man. It has its own problems as well. Half a trust is the glue of love. And once that trust is gone, love, begins to have a crack, which will actually lead to a destruction and all those things. In the absence of trust, monogamy doesn't really, doesn't really glow. Because trust is the light of love. In the absence of trust, love doesn't see clearly. Some of us don't love except with trust. What am I trying to say? Be it polygamy, be it monogamy, trust is vital for the unity of marriage, for the unity of relationship. And that trust should be earned with fidelity, should be earned with faithfulness, should be earned with transparency, honesty, cheerful generosity. It should be earned with amiability. It should be earned with love. It should be earned with focus. It should be earned with tolerance and liberalism. It should be earned with kindness. It should be earned with educated and civilized debates about the ironies of existence. It should be earned by accepting one another's, weaknesses. Stop condemnation and start rehabilitation so that we can reach our destination, spiritually, mental, psychological, economical, and generally. Relationship is beautiful. At least it brings comfort. Relationship is beautiful. At least it helps humanity to continue. At least it fosters continuity. Relationship is beautiful. At least it creates civilized order. It helps to raise wonderful children. It helps educate the masses. Because most of us are born sick and asked to be well. We are born illiterate and asked to be educated. Yeah. Some of us are born ignorant and asked to attain enlightenment and awareness. So that's why it's very, very important for us to train those that are going to train others, teach our teachers well. Because when you teach the teachers well, then they will pass the knowledge. Love is a school of thought. Mostly, those who tolerate graduate from this school. So I want people to begin to see polygamy and monogamy for what they are. It's not about, relationship motivated by money, materialism, and all those things. Relationships should be motivated by tolerance, love for humanity, love for dignity, love for celebration of human nature and all those things. Encouragement, helping people to bring out the best in them, celebrating people's talents, endowment. It didn't just be fostered, and motivated by physical beauty. Relationship should be motivated by the inner blessings, inner talents, inner grace, inner love, inner peace, inner aspirations, inner dreams, which are all built in human, imagination. Because imagination is bliss. Imagination is a form of paradise. In one of my poems, I said, in dreams, my soul is homeless. In this, my soul is free to wander. My soul is free to go to wherever. Yeah. Some of us are in different cages, but in our imaginations, we are still free. One of the greatest gifts of God to humanity is the imagination, the ability to dream, the ability to think, the ability to imagine, conjure, conjecture, the ability to really, be free from the confines which human nature has placed you. With imagination, we can attain anything. We can go to any world. We can reach out where physical limitations won't let us go. So I want relations to be fostered in imaginations. Get people that you have similar dreams with, and then work towards that aspirations. Between time and space, you get there. If purpose, motive, nature, and destiny are on your path. But you have to help realize your destiny. Because you have to, it's by working, not just by theorizing. It's by practice. By doing this, we stand to attain our dreams to life. We stand to, be self-actualized, to have self-fulfillment. It's little I have to talk about today on polygamy and monogamy. Above all, love is beautiful. Family is great. But pray. You don't marry another person. You don't marry another person's husband. Pray that you marry the person waiting for you. Somebody who is spiritually, emotionally compatible. Somebody that will tolerate you and celebrate you. Somebody that will condemn your guilt and applaud, your triumph. This is the kind of person you need. Somebody that will not afraid to tell you the bitter truth about yourself. Above all, marry your friend. Marry your friend. Because a friend in need is a friend indeed. Thanks.